Welcome to my Asshole Podcast. Let's get into it. All right. Today is a beautiful, beautiful Tuesday episode for you guys. And this week we got a good little combo thread for you guys. We're going to be doing one side of the thread today, and then we're going to be doing the other side of the thread on Thursday before we get into Haunting Adeline. So let's get into the first side of this thread is women, what's something men say that they think is okay, but it's actually creepy as hell. So let's see what dudes be saying that they think is okay, but it's actually creepy as hell. And then on Thursday, we're going to flip it, and we're going to do men, what is something that women say that is okay, but it's actually creepy. So, but we're going to start with the dudes. All right? Because we know y'all motherfuckers is creepy. All right. Let's see. When working in retail and you can't say anything rude to customers, old men like to say wild things like, "You look like one of those uptight librarian type teachers in an 80s music videos who rips off her glasses and lets her hair down and dances on a car while you're just trying to tell them the total for their purchase." What the fuck? Like, nigga, just pay the shit and move on. What are you doing? She's over here just like, okay, and that'll be 1861. Anything else? You know who you look like? You look like one of them librarian girls that be like pulling their hair out and they just ring it and they take their glasses off and they be dancing around and shit like that. My goodness. Okay. 1861, please. Like, bro, what the fuck? Ay, ay, ay. Ah, crap. Hold on. Okay. Pretending to know me, so I'll give them my real name. Huh. I maybe it's not to like get your name. Maybe it's just like so they can like talk to you and it feels a little more comfortable. Maybe, I don't know. That kind of sounds like a, as the kids would say, a rizzing up tactic. You know, like, "Do I know you from somewhere?" It's like, oh, I didn't think girls really thought that was weird. I guess they do. So I mean, I guess that's something I'll probably not do then, talking to a girl. I mean, unless I actually know her from somewhere. But if it's like you don't actually know her from somewhere, then I guess it could be weird. I don't know, ladies. You let me know on that one. I don't know. I don't know. That used to be kind of spitting game. I ain't gonna lie to you. But hey, times have changed. When I was pregnant, there was a regular at a restaurant I worked at who would always tell me he knew I wished it was his baby. What? So this dude was just like, I wish that was my baby, right? What were you expecting her to say? Like in his mind, while he's driving there, I feel, and he's a regular there, so he's expecting to see her. He's like, I occasionally see her working, if she's working, at around this time. So I can guarantee you he's thinking to himself like, okay, when I see her, I'm going to give her a nice little compliment or whatever. And he sees her and he's just like, damn, I'm going to tell her that I wish that baby was mine, because she would totally love that. You know what I mean? Like when you walk through it, you're like, that sounds fucking stupid and ridiculous. It's like, why? How did you even come to that conclusion of like, she would be like, oh, I wish it was yours too. Like maybe that's what he was thinking she was going to say. But it's like, she's pregnant. She obviously got a man. Like, what the fuck? I was trying to sell something on Marketplace and he messaged me and said, "Do you come with it? Thank you for being creepy before I gave you my address for you to pick it up, sir." Yeah, facts, because, damn. You girls can't even sell shit without some dude being like, "Hey, yo, what it do? Can I get at that? Can I get up in them Lane Bryants?" Not something they say, but them not getting out of the way / not letting you pass them, even if it's playful. I mean, I guess that only applies to like random dudes. Like if the guy's your friend, I guess you'd be okay with that. But if it's some random ass dude that's just like, no, no, wait, yeah, I mean, then that shit's weird as fuck. I give it to you. That's weird because it's like, bro, get the fuck out of my way. I don't know who you are and what you're trying to do because it seems like you're trying to kidnap me. If I'm being honest with you, it seems like you're trying to kidnap me. It's a little creepy and it's a little weird and it's kind of scary, especially if he's like a lot bigger than the girl. Yeah, that's scary. It's not cute, man. Oh man, where's my hug at? God damn it, man. God damn it, the dreaded where's my hug. God damn. Hey, you know, it is what it is. Might sound inconscious or whatever, but in an online gaming forum, I'm in how old are you, usually followed by some type of sexual advance when they learn I'm over 18. Yeah, because, you know, dudes are just weird on the internet when they're just like, what? A girl that actually likes the stuff that I like or is doing something that I'm doing? Like, amazing. Like, okay. Oh, weirdos. My personal unfavorite, I like that because I always say with all due disrespect. So I like how she took that kind of thing, and I'm gonna start using that. Like, my personal unfavorite opinion is, thanks for the show. I really enjoyed watching you run. What? That gives me serial killer vibes. Okay. Said by the absolute creep who followed me for over 2 miles while I was out running. He was in a truck and he rolled down the window and drove slowly while watching me. I couldn't shake him. He laughed while he said it, and I was irate. Bro, what? Yeah, that man is a serial killer, because there's no ordinary ass dude walking around talking about, oh, I loved the way you ran. It was great. I loved it. It's fantastic. Like, bro, you gotta have some mental issues to be saying some shit like that. You got to. And okay. Ooh. Okay. God damn, bro. You're pretty for a blank. Fill in the blank with any possible description. Creepy and insulting. So if he was like, you're pretty for a black girl, then that's weird. I mean, like, if you are a black girl, or if you're a white girl, whatever, say you're pretty for a white girl, I guess that would be like, I guess you could misconstrue that. I guess it's just the fact that it could be taken out of context is probably what makes it creepy. You know, because I'm not trying to defend it. I'm not trying to say there's nothing creepy about it. I'm just trying to understand how it's creepy. That's where I'm coming at. I'm like, okay, you know, how could that be creepy? But I guess. Honking or shouting from a moving vehicle. We literally have a song about how much we hate guys who do that. Take the hint. Yeah, they did. Yeah. She don't want no scrub. Scrub that can't get no loving from me. Like, come on, bro. God damn. I like a challenge. I know it can be flirty. However, it's usually said by the guy who isn't accepting that you've turned him down. Now it comes off as predatory. Oh, no. He's one of those. Oh, he's one of those dudes where she's just like, no, I'm uninterested. And he's just like, oh, you just playing hard to get, ain't you? Ooh. Oh, I like a challenge. And you're just like, no, there was no challenge issued. There was a please go away as the nicest possible. That's what was being said. What are you talking about? Like, My goodness, brother. Jesus. What in the hell? When they call teen girls jailbait, Jesus. Oh, man. You know, what I've noticed is that any dudes who do that and they say, you know, jailbait, like, they secretly like them some minors. Let's just be honest here. Come on now. Let's call a spade here. That's a little scary. I've had men tell my children how pretty their mom is in front of me, and they just find that to be beyond creepy and weird. Don't tell my kids you think I'm hot, and actually just don't talk to any kids if you're trying to hit on their mom. It's weird. Yeah, why would you traumatize her child? like what? Like, why would you traumatize her child trying to hit on her? Bro, what? That's just, like, it's kind of weird. And especially for the kid, because the kid's just like, who the fuck is this random ass dude? And, the kid doesn't know. The kid probably thinks like, oh, my mom knows this guy. When in reality, she don't know this motherfucker. She's just like, I don't know who this dude is. Like, oh, God. All right. Jesus. I'll tell a story about when I was unintentionally creepy. I was at a conference and met up with a new coworker. Walking out of the conference, I had asked where she was staying, not because I had any intention of flirting, but because I'm awkward and had nothing else to say and wanted to talk about my cool Airbnb. I think she got uncomfortable and said, my husband and I are staying at that hotel. I feel like she was trying to make it clear that she's married and we're not interested, which is fair. I am too. We're good friends now and had some pretty chill conversations the next day. Probably because she later learned I'm married and expecting. I don't know, but I still feel cringe about it. See, I think the thing where you messed up is you should have opened with the marriage thing. Like, hey, where are you staying? Me and my wife are staying at this cool Airbnb. You know what I mean? That way she kind of understands, okay, for one, he's not hitting on me. Two, he brought his wife into it. And then you mention the Airbnb, so it kind of like links everything together. Like, okay, he just wants to talk about the Airbnb. Him and his wife are at, like, oh, me and my husband are at this hotel, blah, blah, blah. Like I think it's the wording, because, women are super big into how you say things and not what is said. So with that, it kind of gives you the whole like, okay, let me kind of make it comfortable for her, so that, I think that's where you kind of went wrong, and you just made it completely, sound weird, like you said, where she was thinking like, oh God, he's trying to hit on me. Oh, well, me and my husband are over here, so, but I get it, especially if you're awkward and you're not really used to talking to like new people, it can come off like that. I like the perfume a perfume a girl at work was wearing and wanted to buy some for my wife. I could not figure out a way to ask her what it was without sounding like I wanted my wife to smell like her. I still don't know what product, and I guess I never will. Yeah. Yeah, that would be kind of weird. I don't think it would be weird for the girl that you're asking. I think it would be weird for your wife, because I think she would just be like, why do you want me to smell like her? I don't think the girl that you're asking would feel that way, but I think your wife would. She would just be like, why do you want me to smell like her? But for a guy, we're like, it's a beautiful smell. Damn, I would love my girl to smell like that. To us, it makes sense, but I get it to a girl, how it could come off as like, nigga, that's weird. So I get it. I'm glad you just did it. You're like, fuck it, I'm just not gonna do it. I'm glad for you, man. You said, you know what, that's a minefield, I'm not even gonna walk through it. I'm gonna just move on, man. Let's see. I had a guy tell me I'd be the hottest girl in the place if I took off my glasses. I told him I'd gladly remove them if it meant I'd never see his creeper face again. But sadly, my vision isn't that bad. I mean, I wonder why dudes say that to girls. You know, oh, you'd look hotter if this, or you'd look hot if you do this. Like, I don't get it. Why do you feel like that works? You know, because for one, she don't know you. And then for two, it's like, what kind of compliment are you trying to, give off? I guess that would be the question. Because it just sounds weird to me. It just sounds weird. It's like, if you've seen her without her glasses before, and then you see her with glasses, then sure, it makes sense. And it'd be like, oh, hey, you're wearing glasses today. You weren't wearing glasses yesterday. I thought you looked really cute without them. But, I like you with them. And kind of keep it at that. Because then she's just like, oh, he's already seen me without glasses. And you're kind of pulling from somewhere. You're not like giving her an awkward order. Like, take off your glasses. You need to be hotter. I don't know. Just in the way you say it like that, it just sounds weird. If I was 20 years younger. Oh, I get it. Okay, I'm sure like a younger dude was just, damn girl, if you were 20 years younger, I sure would put it down on the smackdown with you. Yeah, and she was probably just like, oh? Like, no thanks. I like them feisty. I'm not a stallion you're breaking, you fucking weirdo. I like them feisty. Okay. Listen, I don't want you to think I'm a creep or anything, but then goes on to being a creep. Oh, I ain't gonna lie to you, that one. I've been guilty of that one. Alright, I've been guilty of that one. Because you don't know, and you're not trying to be a creep, but then it comes off creepy, and then she just thinks you're creepy, and then you're just like, dang it, man. Yeah, and a lot of times it's kind of just like asking her a question, or it's like you're trying to get to know something about her or whatever it is, and you try to preference it like, look, I'm not trying to be creepy, help me out here. If I say something creepy, help me out, like, just know I didn't mean that. Try not to misconstrue it, maybe take it a different way. Like we us guys are trying out here, man. I get it, we're failing, I understand, all right, I'm a man, but I can still say without question that it's where my hug at, yeah, facts. And a lot of girls, they don't like the where my hug at. People who say that skeeve me the hell out, and it's always exclusively the opposite gender. I say this because I've been asked by a woman before, and it was the single most uncomfortable experience of my life for a variety of reasons, including that. If I'm being honest with you, a lot of my female friends, I don't even hug them. I just don't. I keep it to fucking high fives and fist bumps, and I'm just like, dude, because I never know when a girl wants a hug or not. And then if I do like extend out for a hug, I'll do like the one arm little side hug type deal, because I never know when a girl actually wants to hug. And if I'm being honest with you, they probably never want to hug a dude. Like, unless it's a dude they're interested in, or it's a dude that they hang out with constantly, or it's their boyfriend. I think if you don't fall within those three categories, they don't want to hug you ever. And for me, I just think it's awkward and it's weird hugging a girl that, like, I either haven't known for a long time, she's not my girl, or she's not somebody that I'm like talking to or whatever. I just think it's weird at that point. I'm just like, there's no point in hugging you. I don't know, because it's just weird. It's just awkward. I don't know when you want to and when you don't. And that's a lot of times I wait for the girl. Like, if she's extending out a hug, then I'm like, okay, cool, I'll give you a hug. But if she's not, I'm like, later, I'll just be like, bye, or, I'll high five or I'll fist bump. Like, dude, because for me, I'm just like, I go with the default of she doesn't want to hug, and then if she'll like kind of extend that out, then I'm like, okay, cool, I'll give her a side hug, or I'll do this, or I'll do that. And like, I don't even hugs. It's weird. It's weird. Now, like I said, if she's a girl that I'm interested in or I hang out with regularly, then okay, it makes sense. Or she is my girlfriend, then okay, it makes sense. But if you don't fall within those 3 categories, bro, it just don't go for it. Because it's always going to end in a disaster, man. All right, I'm going to do 2 more. Since I'm seeing some similar comments, I'm just going to put this out there that I've never been catcalled on the street once since I passed the age of 16. I'm 25 now and I've never been catcalled once. The most I was catcalled when I was 14, 15. God damn, girl. Oh, ooh. Okay, that's scary. All right. Trying to make you think something is wrong with you, but they would do you the favor of dating you, usually after you have already rejected them. For example, sorry, not interested. Oh, come on. I don't mind your tits being small. I like flat-chested girls.
What?
And that's supposed to change her mind? Like, run me through the logic. Again, I really feel like guys struggle with girls because they're logic minded with everything else, but when it comes to women, logic is just gone. Logic is gone. It doesn't exist anymore. And you're sitting there and you're just like, run me through how you got there. She said, sorry, I'm not interested. And then you go and neg her thinking that that's going to change her mind? No, man. Like, I don't know. I don't know, man. Yeah. I'm going to do one more. I don't know if I said I'm going to do 2 or 3. I'm just going to do one more. Do you live alone? Are you here alone? See, that's serial killer, bro. What the hell? Why do men feel it's okay to ask that no matter what the situation is? I'm going to say no. Now, the do you live alone? That's wild. All right. That is girl run. What the fuck are we talking about? Okay. That one I would never use. But the are you here alone? If I'm having a conversation with a girl, like say I don't know her and we just started having a conversation and we're talking, so on and so forth, then yes, somewhere in that conversation, I'm going to ask, is she here alone? Just so that way I don't feel like I'm holding her up with her friends or anything like that. Because I want to know, like, are you here alone? Because if you are, then cool, we can keep talking. If you aren't, let's swap socials. That way you can get back with your friends and we can pick this conversation up later. But if you just bust out, hey, you here alone? It's like, no, I'm not here alone. Like, or if you bust out of nowhere and you're just like, hey girl, what's up? You live by yourself? Like, no, I live with like 13 people. Stop. You know what I mean? Like, I get it. If she means it in that context, 100%. It's like, nigga, what are you talking about? Do I live alone? Bruh. Come on, man. Like,
bruh.
Why? For what reason? So I get it. 100%. I understand. That's crazy. Like, oh my goodness. Okay. Oh, I realized I didn't set these up. Hold on. Give me one moment. All right, we're good. Okay. Hope you guys enjoyed that thread. That was a crazy thread. Again, some of these threads just be proven dudes got no logic when it comes to talking to girls, because it's like they're logic minded to everything else, but when it comes to girls, it's like they just throw that shit out the window and they just go with whatever the first thing pops up into their mind. And I'm just like, bro, golly, walking that bitch with a game plan at least, Jeez. Like I said, the last one, that one spun me. Do you live alone? Bruh, come on, man. That's a little wild. That's kind of scary. That's a little too much. But let's get on to the announcements. Let's breeze on through those so we can get into these juicy scenarios. Patreon.com/MileyAsshole Podcast. An exclusive episode every single Friday, as well as being able to send in your scenarios to be featured on Tuesday and Sunday shows. Appreciate you guys for all the support. Thank you guys. I've been seeing a lot of support on the Haunting Adeline playlist that we have. You guys have been enjoying that. Just being able to have it in chronological order, I know is fantastic for you people who love that. You guys don't have to go through all the fucking episodes. So I got you on that, and I will do my best to keep updating it on Spotify. YouTube keeps it updated automatically, but Spotify, I have to go in and kind of manually add the episodes as they come out. So bear with me if you guys are missing a few episodes, but don't worry. If you're caught up because of that playlist, just tune in every Thursday and you're all good. You don't really got to worry about the playlist like that. The playlist is just mainly for people who want to catch up. They just jumped in. You guys haven't seen it yet. If you're watching this episode and this is the first episode you've seen, on Thursday, we do a book. We do 2 chapters of Haunting Adeline every single Thursday. So if you watch a Thursday episode, this upcoming Thursday episode, and you're like, ooh, that's a little juice. I want to get caught up. That playlist is for people like you. You can go in there from chapter 1 all the way to wherever we're at right now. You can get caught up. So that is for you guys. If you guys don't have a full, time for a full podcast, don't worry. I got you. Go ahead and head over to Instagram as well as TikTok. Those will be linked down in the description, whether on Spotify or on YouTube. It'll be in the description. It's in the link tree. Go there. Click on that. Check us out on TikTok as well as Instagram. TikTok, we are on our road to 10K. I'm hoping to hit 10K in the next few weeks, months, so on and so forth. But yeah, go ahead and follow us over there. I say follow us on Instagram and TikTok because sometimes TikTok doesn't like certain clips that I upload. They will, community guideline them, all that BS. So I upload them on Instagram so you guys can still see them. That's why I say follow us on both. That way, you get the best of both. If you're primarily an audio listener, go ahead and keep downloading as well as rating the podcast. It helps when you guys download. It shows the support. It shows that you guys are there and you're enjoying the content. Keep rating the podcast. If you haven't rated the podcast already, please give it a humble 5 stars. It'd be appreciated. That helps more people get involved and check out the episodes. It creates a bigger community for us. If you guys want to help even more on the free 99 side, go ahead and head over to YouTube. Just click the link tree, click YouTube. It'll take you right to it. You can go check us out over there. You can see the video side of it as well as the, subscribing over there just helps a lot, and it's free. So that's that. Let's get into the scenarios we got going on for today. Our first one is, am I the asshole for agreeing to split the bill on a double date, which ended in my best friend getting dumped? Oh, damn, son. If I'm being honest with you, in just reading this, I probably would have split the bill too, just because I would have looked at it like, I just want to get the fuck out of here. I would just pay for mine and my friend's stuff, and then I would just leave and be like, you guys pay for your stuff and we're just going to go. If I was the boyfriend in the situation and like my girl's friend just got dumped, then like, again, I probably would have just been like, babe, let's just split it, you and me, let's take the whole bill and let's just split it, you and me. And then let's go, let's go. Cause, or you deal with that and I'll go do something else. Cause I ain't kicking it with this dude. Fuck that guy. You know what I mean? Like you just dumped my girl's friend. Like, we are not friends anymore. Unless I knew the reason why he was dumping her and it was a valid reason. Then I'd have been like, all right, cool, but let's read into it. Let's see what's going on. All right. Hi, I, 22 female, am really unsure here. My best friend and roommate, 22 female, Amy, had been seeing a guy for 2 months. She really likes him. It seems to be going super well. Last night, she asked if I'd go along with a blind double date, i.e. her and the guy she's dating, me and one of his friends who is single and looking. Okay. I wasn't keen at first, but she insisted, so I agreed. and you're doing it for the homie. We got to the restaurant, just a nice place in our area, and things seemed to be going fine. The friend she was setting me up with was cool, but I really am not looking right now and didn't feel any kind of spark. Nigga was ugly. We get to the end of the dinner and the bill comes. Amy chimes in and says, "Don't worry, our men have got this." To which I say back, no, I don't mind. We'd had 2 cocktails each, all 4 of us. And it was a crazy expensive place, but not cheap. It wasn't a crazy expensive place, but not cheap. A bit of back and forth happened. Amy kept insisting it is always the gentlemen who pay. So I said something like, "You do you, I'm happy to split." Yeah, because she didn't like the guy that she was with, so she didn't want him to pay for her. You know what I mean? Yeah, she's like, I don't really like the guy that I'm with, so I don't want him to pay for me. I rather pay my own way. He pays his own way. That way I ain't got to go out on a second date with this dude. I can get her. They probably should have, went to the bathroom and been like, I got to powder my nose. Amy, can you come with me? And then she could have just been like, hey, yo, look, I don't really want him to pay for me because I wasn't really vibing with him. He was a cool dude, but I don't want to date him. So I don't want him to pay for me and then feel obligated for a second date or anything like that. You guys should have girl powwowed at that part, That way she kind of understands like, hey, it was great, but I'm not trying to continue to see this guy. You know what I mean? You guys should have girl powwowed on that one. I think you really fumbled the bag on that one, girlfriend. You should have powwowed with your girl, because obviously she's with a guy that she likes. So she's like, of course I want him to pay for me and, make me feel special and all that good shit. But it's like, you gotta get into the mind of the homegirl. So, all right, well, we'll see what's going on. All right. We got to the end of the dinner and the bill comes. Amy chimes in and says, don't worry, I'm in. Okay, we read that part. A bit of back and forth happened. Amy kept insisting that the gentlemen always pay. You do, I'm happy to split the bill. Okay. The guys were saying that, saying they would cover, but seemed uncomfortable. They paid, then we left. Amy and her boyfriend went back to his. I said goodnight to his friend and went home alone. Later, Amy texted me saying her man is now contemplating the relationship because he doesn't want someone who always insists the men pay. She told me I ruined it by offering to split and should have sided with her and not made things worse. She's now saying he needs time and might not want to continue the relationship with her. Am I the asshole for this? I don't think it was your fault, but I get why Amy thinks that. Because with you deciding, no, it's okay, he can pay for her and then we'll just split, I think he looked at it like, oh, no, cool, I like that idea, I want to split the bill. You know what I mean? But Amy is just like putting all of this pressure on him, I'm guessing. I don't know. Like I said, I can see why Amy feels the way she feels. 100%. I think she looks at it like, you gave him the idea that splitting the bill was okay, when in my eyes it ain't, and so he may have felt some type of way about that. But I understand from her side of it, it's like, I don't want the guy to pay for me because I don't like him like that. Like, I ain't going home with this dude. I'm not continuing to see him. So like, it would be unfair to him if he paid for me and then didn't get no booty out of it. Like your guy's getting some booty after this. His friend ain't getting no booty after this. So I would feel bad if he paid for me and didn't get no booty and his homie got booty. Like I get where it's coming from. I think it was a thing where dude may have been, I don't know. Because if I'm being honest with you, at the same time, it just kind of sounds like homeboy didn't really like the fact that it was a double date. You know? Yeah. At the same time, I don't really. Because had they been seeing each other for a while? Have been seeing a guy for 2 months. Okay, so they've been seeing each other for a while. So it's not like this was like a first date situation. They've been seeing each other for a while. At least 2 months. I don't know. Like, if I'm the guy, okay? If I'm Amy's boyfriend, and my friend is out with this girl, and the girl is like, oh, let's split the bill, and my girl is insisting that, the dudes pay, I would have just been like, I'll pay for her and I, but if you guys want to split, you guys can do that. You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of how I would have felt for it, because my thing is like, why should I have to pay for you and your friend? And I think that's what upset him, is the fact that Amy wanted him to pay for her and her best friend. I don't think he had a problem paying for Amy and himself, but I think he had a problem with her being like, oh, pay for me and my friend. I think that was what he was upset about, now that I think about it. Because if I was the dude, I would have been like, I'm going to pay for me and my girl. If you guys would like to split yours, that's cool. You guys just met, we thought you guys might have hit it off. Maybe you did, maybe you didn't. But if she's saying she wants to split the bill, that tells me you guys didn't hit it off as much as you may have thought. So, you guys want to split, and that's cool. But the fact that Amy's just like, no, pay for me and my friend, I think that's kind of where it was like, oh, I don't know. You guys let me know in the comments about that one. That one is different. Now, to the am I the asshole part, she thinks that she's the asshole for like getting her dumped. I don't think so, because she was just kind of voicing that, hey, I don't find this guy attractive, or I don't want to be with this guy. That's not her fault. She just didn't want a guy that wasn't going to get no booty to pay for her meal. And that makes sense. Like she was being a good person. She's like, look, homeboy ain't about to get no booty, and I don't want him to pay for me. But I know that his friend's going to get some booty. So if he wants to pay for you guys, that's cool, but we're going to split, that way we can kind of pay our own ways, go our separate ways. And it's good. I don't owe him nothing. He don't owe me nothing. We Gucci snakes, but you guys can do that. I don't know. You guys let me know what you think about that in the comments. That one is, wow. All right. On to our next one. 19 female drunk cheated on my boyfriend on accident.
Stop the cap.
I don't know about that. All right. I was out with my girlfriends last Tuesday to a small prom party at my classmate's place. Anyway, we had an agreement to look out for each other because we would get a little tipsy. A few hours into the party and a couple of small shots later, I felt a little drunk already. It was around 1:20 a.m., I assume. And I started to feel really horny for no reason. Uh-oh. Ho-ho. I tried calling my boyfriend, but he didn't pick up because he was probably already asleep. So I went into the toilet alone and started touching myself. Goddamn, girl. But I guess I was clumsy and was moaning quite loudly because one of my good friends opened the door and he peeked. Oh, shit. I bet this man was just like, oh, no. Oh, you only see this on the hub. There's no way this is happening to me right now. That man was on cloud 9. He was like, oh, my God. Penis erect instantly. I ain't gonna lie to you. That'd be me. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. You know, if I saw some shit like that, I ain't gonna lie to you. I would be like, what? I'm just saying. You know, because that is some shit you only see, like, you know, in a corn video. There ain't no way you see sometimes like that shit in real life. That is a 1 in a million type deal. There's just no fucking way you see that in real life. I'm just saying. All right, so because one of my good friends opened the door and peeked, he realized I caught him, so he walked inside and shut the door behind him. Oh, man. Ooh, he was like, I ain't gonna miss this opportunity. You think I'm about to close the door and walk away? Girl, you got another thing coming. What you mean? He was like, I'm about to get up in that. You know, like, come on, man. He then took out his boner and told me I had to help him. I said he was crazy, but after he offered me some money, I broke. Wow. I don't know why, but I did. And we went at it for hours back at his room. And I feel so guilty now.
Stop the cap.
Girl, you don't feel guilty about it. You got paid for it. You got paid. No, man. And I guarantee you, she didn't put the amount because it was probably nothing. Nigga probably threw a 20 at her. Like, come on, man. Like,
She belongs to the streets.
Yeah, bro. You over here talking about, I feel bad.
Stop the cap.
You went back to his room. And smashed him for hours. Come on. I think it was a little more than the money. Let's be honest here. It was a little more than the money. And for him, this man lived out the porno dream. That man creaked the door open and was like, ooh, okay. And then she caught him and he walked in and was like, God damn. Don't mind if I do. Let me help myself. How you doing, girl? He was like, how about you help me and I'll help you. I got a 20 bill though right here. If you help me out. Cause there ain't no way in hell. Oh shit, that'd be crazy if he didn't even pay her. That would be great. I'd be like, all right, man. You let me know what you think about that one, cause she don't feel bad for that, man. Nah, she fucked that dude. She enjoyed it. Am I the asshole for getting upset about my boyfriend's female coworker baking him a cake for his birthday? Huh. Okay. Boyfriend and I have dated for almost 2 years, both in our 30s. For his birthday, I came up with the idea of baking him a dairy-free tres leches cake. He's lactose intolerant, loves tres leches, but can't handle it because that nigga went doo-doo. Nah, she said because of all the milk. Last year, he baked me a chocolate birthday cake that meant so much to me. It made me cry a little. I was very excited to pay back the favor with a surprise. The day of, boyfriend calls me while I'm in the process of making the cake. And he immediately tells me how one of his female coworkers surprised him with a homemade cake that morning. He gleefully explains how cool and tasty it was, that he only brought some of the leftovers home because he didn't want to eat the whole thing and feel like a fat ass, etc. I listen, say that was very nice, but am feeling a little crestfallen. All right. Oh, crestfallen, huh? Okay. All right. Damn. All right. Yeah, shit. He finishes talking and asks me what I'm up to. Okay. He finished talking and asked me what I'm up to. I tell him the truth and I say I was in the process of making him a special surprise cake. In that moment, I decide to abandon the cake plan because it feels soured now. And I feel like it's not worth it to make a second cake because who really wants / needs two? I start to tear up on the phone because I'm shocked and bummed. Boyfriend is all like, I still really want your cake. I'd love to have it. Please make it and stuff. But I'm not feeling it anymore. This female coworker wasn't just anyone. She's the only person I have ever said anything to boyfriend regarding appropriate behaviors and boundaries with other women. This woman has a not great history of relationship choices. For example, she cheated on her husband, and I had in the past noticed them texting outside of work a fair amount, not work related. I told boyfriend I have no problem with him having friends with women and coworkers, but that because she in particular doesn't seem the most ethically and trustworthy about relationships, to please maintain an appropriate boundary so that way no issues ever come up. She's been perfectly nice to me, and I've never thought that they were cheating. I tell boyfriend I'm not making the cake. I'd like to move on from it and talk about our plans for the rest of the night. He tells me that he threw away the leftover cake he brought home and that he still really wants my birthday cake. I tell him again that I'm not making the cake and I'd like to please not talk about it anymore and move on. We attempt to have a conversation, but it goes bad. He keeps bugging me about the cake, and I finally get mad and start fussing about why this woman made him a cake. I say I feel she overstepped when she knows he has a girlfriend, and I feel like he hasn't maintained the boundary I asked him to make with her. He defends her, saying I'm overreacting about a friend making me a cake, implies I'm jealous and petty. I know none of these events is his fault, but I'm upset about his response. He didn't validate any of my feelings or even just apologize for my well-intentioned plan going to going to shit. Am I being extra? Look, okay. I don't think you're being too extra. But because I understand why you would feel that way. 100%. It feels like some other bitch beat you to the point and you're just like, and then your man is like, oh my, dude, she bought me a cake, or she made me a cake. That shit was bomb as fuck. I didn't want to eat it all, so I took some home. But you know what I mean? He's ranting and raving about another girl's cake and you're over here making a cake like, okay, well, okay, you know what I mean? Like, I would be upset too. I would be upset too if I was making my girl a cake and then she's over here talking about some dude that got her a cake or made her a cake and she ran and raving about it. I'd be pissed. I'd be like, okay, well, fuck me too. Okay, like, forget me. I guess my cake ain't good enough. It's like slapping the second place ribbon on your partner. You know what I mean? And I get it. It's not his fault. It's not. He didn't ask this girl to make a cake. He didn't ask this girl to do this. And he's not, talking to this girl like that, so on and so forth, and she recognized that. She understands that. She's not blaming him. It's just the fact that he was ranting and raving about the cake. And then it made her feel like second fiddle. And I completely 100% understand, and I get why she didn't want to make the cake anymore because she's just like, nah, nigga, go eat your other girlfriend's cake, bitch. And so I get it. I don't think you're overreacting. I do think that your dude, he probably should have downplayed the cake a little bit, should have read the room, my guy, and kind of downplayed the cake. Like, if another girl got me something, I wouldn't say to my girl, like, oh man, she got me this thing, it was the greatest thing ever, I'd have been like, oh, she got me a cake, it was cool, it was whatever, but, I didn't have too much of it. Most of my coworkers had it. You know what I mean? Like, I would downplay it. That way it's just like, of course she's probably still gonna feel like I slapped this, second place ribbon on her chest, 100% she's gonna feel like that. But yeah, at least I'm not like fucking golden retriever energy about another fucking girl's cake. You know what I mean? Like, I think she would have still been, because if he would have downplayed it a little bit, he'd be like, no, babe, what? You were making me a cake? Oh, no, still make me the cake. Hers wasn't even all that good. I even told you, I didn't have a lot of it. I didn't even want to take that fucking cake home. So, you know, I'll throw her shit away right now and I'll eat your cake. You know, and then she'd be like, really? I'm like, yeah. I can guarantee yours is going to be better. And she'd be like, okay, you know, and then she would have felt a little better about it. But I think the fact that you had the golden retriever energy about this other chick's cake, I think that's what, I think that's what got her the most. She was just like, you know, why you got all this energy about another bitch's cake? So, yeah, it is what it is. But no, you are not overreacting about it. I think he was just a little too enthusiastic about this other girl's cake. Made you feel some type of way. It's not his fault. I don't think he did anything wrong except for just like being a little too exciting about the cake. But that's just a reading the room situation. Yeah, that was a reading the room situation. And that is what it is. Let me know what you think about that one in the comments, though. Actually, we're on that one. Okay. Am I overreacting? I got into a fist fight with my sister's boyfriend at her baby shower. God damn, you throwing blows at a pregnant woman? God. All right, let's see what happened. I, 31 female, attended my younger sister's, let's say Emma, 26 females, baby shower this past weekend, thrown by our mom. Emma is pregnant with her first child and was glowing as the center of attention. However, her boyfriend / baby daddy, Kyle, 26 male, was being a total jackass the entire time. Man, damn Kyle. Kyle showed up late, reeking of beer, and started hitting on / overly flirting with several of the other female guests right in front of Emma. God damn, nigga, you about to have a baby. What do you? Okay, all right. This guy definitely has his priorities straight when he's about to have a child. Huh. Jesus Christ. When she confronted him about his inappropriate behavior, he laughed it off and called her a hormonal pregnant bitch. Yo. Wow. I bet Emma show is rethinking her options with this guy. God damn. Okay, let's keep going. I could see Emma tearing up, but trying to keep it together. Later, Kyle was running his stupid mouth again, making lewd jokes about Emma's pregnancy body and how her boobs looked ready to lactate. That was the final straw for me, so I grabbed Kyle and dragged him outside to have a word with him in private about respecting my sister. Facts. He responded by shoving me hard against the side of the house. That's when I lost it and I punched him square in the face, which set off an all-out brawl between us. Fists were flying and we were grappling on the ground, completely destroying Mom's garden and patio furniture in the process. Oh, I see. Okay. I thought she was fighting the pregnant girl. Okay, no, this makes sense. Okay. All right, my bad. The fight ended up when Emma came out crying hysterically and sprayed us both with the hose to break it up. The shower was ruined. Emma went into early labor from the stress and had to go to the hospital, and my face was bruised. My mom and Emma are saying I OR'd for starting a violent fight at a baby shower and potentially putting the baby's health at risk with the drama. But I feel like I was just defending my sister's honor from a piece of shit boyfriend. Facts. Kyle struck me first of all. Am I in the wrong here? Fuck no. He pushed you. He pushed you up against the house. And you said, oh, you about that life? Oh, well, I'm about that life too. And you threw some blows. I mean, you know, what else is there to do? What else is there to do? I mean, hey, if he trying to go Mortal Kombat, then that's what we doing. That's what we doing. It's Mortal Kombat time, you know? Like, come on, man. Now, it does suck that it did get to a point to where, you know, your sister went into labor and yeah, but if I'm being honest with you, I can guarantee your sister looked at it like, yo, Kyle, once this baby is born, Kyle ain't going to be around. He going to be a deadbeat dad and you going to be a single mom. And it's going to suck. And it sucks that you kind of, I guess, had to realize this now. I mean, if I'm being honest with you, I guarantee you she probably knew this about Kyle the whole time, but she thought, oh, well, once he gets closer to the baby, and then once the baby comes out, then he'll change, and, all that BS. And yeah, how'd that work out for you, girl? It didn't. So yeah, that's a tough one. But I don't think you were in the wrong. Fuck no. I'd have beat that nigga's ass too. What are we talking about? You know what I mean? I'd have beat his ass. Like, how are you going to come to the baby shower drunk? How are you going to come to the baby shower hitting on all the girls there? And then you want to be talking about, your girl, like, her pregnant body like that. And then you called her a hormonal bitch. Like, bruh, yeah, you deserve to get socked in the mouth. Like, what the fuck? Craziness, man. Craziness. But nah, you ain't overreacting at all. But this is going to be our last scenario for today on today's beautiful Tuesday episode. Let's go ahead and get into it. Am I the asshole for breaking up with my fiance because she went to her ex's birthday party? Oh, no. All right. Well, let's see what happened. I, 27 male, have been in a relationship with my girlfriend, 26 female, for 6 years, and we officially got engaged last month. Congratulations. Our relationship was pretty great, but the only argument we occasionally had was her friendship with her ex. Ooh. They were friends from childhood, and they even dated for a few years. I was never comfortable with how close they were, and she even considered him her best friend, which was really irritating because I was her boyfriend, and I was supposed to be her best friend. Facts. And you already know that since he got the coochie once, he feels like he can get the coochie again. And I think he's just playing the long game of attrition. I mean, don't get me wrong. I understand you're listening to me speak now, and you're just like, but they got engaged, so obviously she's not interested. But you never know. I mean, she may be engaged, and then she may get some cold feet and feel like, holy shit, do I really want to spend the rest of my life with this guy? Is this the really right choice? The ex, who's like the best friend or whatever, he might get into her ear and just be like, are you sure you're happy with this dude? Are you sure you want to be with him? Because it's a long-term choice. You really got to think about it, girl. You know what I mean? So there's just a lot that could happen and could influence her into changing her mind or making a different decision. And that I can see why he's kind of worried, because he's like, I would hate for him to get into my girl's head and then, fuck it up. You know what I mean? So we'll see. But I did not want to be controlling or control her friendships, so I never got in the way. But I did voice my displeasure. Her ex's birthday was a couple of weeks ago, and he only invited her, not me. Oh, whoa. Okay. All right. And she really wanted to go. I was extremely unhappy and even voiced my concerns about it, but she told me that she really wanted to be there at the party and promised me that she would treat me when she came back home. She also promised me that this was the last time she was ever going to hang out with him out of respect for my relationship, and especially since we were engaged. She promised she would slowly cut off friendships after that night. Well, at that point, I was extremely deflated and told her sure, but to come home early. She was extremely happy when she came back home from the birthday party a few hours later and even initiated sex, but I rejected it because I wasn't feeling great. Over the next week, we barely spoke, even though my fiance made a lot of attempts to communicate and apologize. She promised me she would no longer be friends with him, and she apologized for going to the birthday party. By Sunday, I had made my decision after consulting with one of my close friends and my two sisters. All three of them said she had disrespected me way too much and that I had to call it off before I actually married her. But I mean, well, at this point, I was extremely deflated and told her sure, but to come. You told her to go, though. How can you be mad at her? Look. How is this disrespecting you or breaking your trust when you said, go ahead and go, but you have to come back early? She went and she came back early, just like you said. And then she was like, I want to give you a little treat, little sucky, me love you long time. And you want to be in your feelings about her doing what you said she could do? And then your friend and was it two sisters? Your friend and your two sisters co-signed this bullshit of like, oh, you told her to go, but she should have just not went anyway. Like, what kind of dumb shit is that? I told you to go, and I gave you the stipulation of, hey, you got to come home early. If you come home early, we Gucci snakes. But you still want to be upset? And you want to call off a whole engagement because of that? And she even said that, hey, look, we're about to engage, we're about to be married. Because like I was saying, it could be a thing where she might get talked out of the engagement or the marriage or whatever by him. But I mean, if she's planning to cut that dude off, there you go. You ain't got to worry about that. I mean, that's like to be determined, of course. You would have to obviously see if she sticks to not talking to her. But I mean, the fact that like she took your word, she stuck to it. Her man told her, hey, this is what it is. This is what I want you to do. And she did it. I don't see a problem why you would be going to that extreme and then your friend and your two sisters co-sign this weird shit. I don't know, man. All right. I informed my fiance of my decision and she immediately broke down in tears and kept apologizing. It didn't hurt me a lot when I saw her crying like that. I told her the truth that I hadn't felt respected in this relationship and I just could not see myself marrying a person who had disrespected me so much throughout my entire relationship. Am I the asshole for breaking up with my fiance because she went to her ex's birthday party? Yes, you are. 100%. Yes, you are. You're a dick. You're a fucking piece of shit. You really are. You broke that girl's heart because you told her to go to the party and come back early. She went to the party and she came back early. And you want to sit there and be pouty McBitch pants. Nah, fuck you, nigga. Nah. You an asshole. And I guarantee the people agree with me. Because that's some bullshit. All right? That's some bullshit. You whack, bro. How you going to tell your girl, all right, go ahead and go to the party. And then sit there and be like, why'd you go to the party? Nigga, because you told me to. What do you mean? Like, fuck we talking about here? Goofy. All right, man. That scenario just got me all pissed off. Because, like, come on, man. How does that make sense? But, all right. You guys let me know what you think about that one in the comments. Thank you guys so much for watching and listening on this beautiful Tuesday episode. Golly. Scenarios be getting just crazier and wilder and stupider every time we do this show. But I love doing this show. I ain't going to lie to you. All the scenarios that we get sent in and all the scenarios that, people find for us. Because a lot of times, it's not even like their scenarios. They're just like, hey, I found the scenario. I want you to, see what you think about it on the show or whatever. And I think it's great. I love that. I love that we built a little community here, man. And you guys are super awesome. And there's always new people coming in and checking it out. And that's super awesome. I appreciate all of the support. Again, patreon.com/MileyAsshole If you want to get on the Patreon, it's $3 a month. Get an exclusive Friday episode every single Friday, man. I got you guys on that. And then if you're an audio listener, keep downloading the podcast and rating it 5 stars. That helps so much. It's completely free to do, and I appreciate that. It helps out so much. You want to help me even more on the free 99 side of things, TikTok and YouTube for all the clips, as well as subscribing on YouTube. But without further ado, that's going to be me. Love you guys so much. I'll see you later, and peace.